How's it going? What's up? I gotta play more Salmon Run. I gotta. It's like, I started thinking about it, like, what if the rotation changes and then it's nothing but shitty rotations for, like, a week? Then I'm not gonna stream again for, like, a week. Oh, shit. 1 second. Boy, there's so much to do when you start a stream. Anyways, most of that's done now. So... let's get to the Splatoon. Hey there. How are you? We're gonna Splatoon together. It's time. Let's run the salmon for as long as I can stand to. Who knows how long that will be? I have changed. I'm a changed man now. I've changed so many settings. That was the actual conclusion of that sentence. I changed the bitrate encoder. I changed the bitrate. I changed the compression filter. I changed the compression ratio. I did so many changes, chat, you have no idea. I'm even recording this separately than the stream itself. With a different compression algorithm. I'm going nuts. I'm going a little bit insane right now. I think the Splatoon volume might even be too loud. You know what? Let's leave it. If I see it peaking and getting, well, quote unquote peaking, if I see it getting like too loud, I'll change it. Whoa, that is terrible. What the fuck, Twitch? Oh my god, Twitch just added a terrible, terrible feature. I'm a sad man. I just set up, like, on my preview monitor, I just set up chat, and, Twitch just changed something, and I've lost the option to opt out. I have no choice. We're just stuck here. Is this Cohox? Is that what we're doing right now? Jesus, okay, my mind's in too many places at once. Anyways, here we are. We're doing more Salmon Run. This is maybe my last stream of the random rotation. Who knows, maybe I'll do more of it tomorrow, like, before 11 a.m. Eastern, which is, like, a little bit of a wacky stream time, but who knows? Maybe I'll start streaming at, like, 6 in the morning. Maybe that'll be my new shtick. You never know. With a Mumph stream, anything is possible. Hold up. I gotta do this. Whoa! Nope, didn't work, mission fail! I wanted to jump from one UFO to the next, but that was a long jump, I didn't think it was gonna work out. But I had to try. Anyways, the thing that made me the saddest about the last stream, I had a really good time, by the way, it was fun, it was a joy, truly. But one thing definitely made me real sad. The stream looked great, except every once in a while, sometimes every 30 minutes or so, the frame rate would dip. Not even. It would just like, it would freeze. Ooh, no! It would freeze. The frames would just like freeze for 1 or 2 seconds, and then get back to normal, looking good. To solve that problem was Sisyphean. It was genuinely a waste of time, even trying. Twitch, can I please just have a chat overlay on the side of my screen? No? Okay. There we go. Finally, I have a chat overlay. It's here. It's real. I can do things. What's this weapon? Swatbrella! You'd think I would have tested this all before stream. What if I told you I did? And new things are happening. That's the joy of streaming. You never know when new issues are gonna pop up willy-nilly. It's just part of the process. If there's any advice I can give to anyone who's, like, wanting to start streaming, it's don't get overly ambitious. Don't expect things to work out. Like, don't expect your stream not to have issues, because it will. And don't let that get you down, either. because it will. No, we gotta get that fish! Fish down. Already eliminated. What's with all the cohocks? Oh no, there's a small fry behind me. Alright. We're here using good weapons. We're here having a good time. I found out. So I've got 2 previews running in my OBS right now, because I have a relatively powerful home-built PC. I have 2 previews running. But it turns out that neither of those previews shows jack shit in terms of the things that happen on OBS's side. Nope, not OBS's side. Twitch's side, specifically. We gotta go in there! We made it. GG's. I'm gonna die in the rain! It's fine. I've been spared. Spared by the big rain. Thank the Lord. Alright, it looks like the Splatoon volume is a little too high. I'll lower it. Just for you. Just a little bit. Just for you, chat. But yesterday's stream was really fun. 6.5 hours is my upper limit. And for a first stream, that's crazy talk. I don't know if I should have done that. It was a good time, though. I played a lot of games I wanted to play, and I got a lot of info out of the deal. But I think starting out, maybe I should have done a couple of shorter streams first to do more limit testing! The intensity is cranked up a notch. I can get this. I can paint over this. I got this. Easy. I needed ink, guys. Don't judge me. I had to let that macro live. No! I'm gonna blame my teammate for pushing me slightly closer to him, even though I don't think that's what happened. I'm just gonna, like, shove the blame around, as is my want. You can do it. You can come over here. Thank you. Proud of you. This is hell. I think these guys didn't lure the, or they did lure the wrong enemies. You see what I mean? We've got like a family of scrappers. I'm dead. Oh, I was so close. Yeah, there was a family of scrappers swimming around the basket with 2 steel eels watching over them. I don't know what I expected. That was never gonna go well. I wonder what the stream's title ended up being. I did set up a title. Oh, that probably sounds like dog water. Well, I'm over here now. I'm back in the correct spot. I did set up a title for the stream, but I noticed something a little peculiar. I need to set up a bind. And that thing is... What did I notice? Oh, yeah. I have to put in the title twice. When I launch a stream. I have to put in the title in the OBS extension I have, and in the Streamlabs separate program. And in my testing, it seemed that the OBS one is the one that was really used for the title. But then, today, in another test, it used the Streamlabs one instead. So now I don't know what to believe. So, for the time being, I'm just gonna be typing the same title out twice, and hoping that works out. I also have no idea if my game category updated properly, but that's just... That's just something that we're gonna have to live with. What is this? What is this weapon comp? It's a silly one. At least it's Goldie Seeking. We'll be fine. Nope. It's gotta be this one then. Dapple-dooley main behavior. Ooh, Dynamo, you did it. You did your job. I'm so proud. Yeah, you know what? I'll booyah that too. So what if I was a little late? Where is it? There he is. We gotta put this little Goldie out of his misery. Alright, we got him. We're good. Why am I just chilling here? It's fine, who cares? We won the round anyways, it's alright. It's groovy. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed the last stream, and I hope this time my voice sounds a little better. Not in terms of, like, energy levels, or in terms of, you know, the normal, like, human things, but the compression on my voice yesterday, it was bugging me. I cannot lie to you, it was just like, it sounded so overly compressed. And that's what, like, that was the setting that most people I found use. Maybe not really, maybe not realistically. On, like, surveys that I found, and in, like, threads that I found, people would say, you want the compression ratio to be at 10 to 1. And that's a lot of compression, guys. That's an insane amount of compression on your audio. Oh, I muted certain words, guys. I did it. I made it so we shouldn't see any more bots trying to sell me viewers. We shouldn't see any more of that. Woo! But for now, we're just gonna keep running Salmon. Today, I think it's just gonna be Salmon run only. But Sunday or Monday, one or the other, we're starting Metroid Prime. It needs to be done. It needs to happen. We need to prime it up. The only prime that matters, Metroid Prime. I should be able to do the roller thing on this guy, right? That's good enough. Oh, there's more. Oh, I was too late. Sorry, team. You're gonna have to deal with the jump rope. Just leave me alone! I'm out of here. I'm gonna inkjet. I've decided. Would you look at that? The inkjet's counting this time. I'm gonna do something for me in just a second. I'm gonna start freaking out with my my aim as soon as I know that we've got this round in the bag, because Splatoon is a very busy game to look at. There's a lot going on, which means it's bitrate intensive. The more that's going on in a game, none of those hit him. The more that's going on in a game, the more the bitrate will struggle to keep up. So, like, you can stream a 2D Mario or a Sonic game, and you'll have an alright time. Alright, here we go. We're gonna freak out. Freak out noises. I'm watching the bitrate. Here I go. What happened? What happened? What the fuck? What just happened? Did we just lose internet? Chat, I think I just lost internet. Just as I was stress testing the bitrate. I think the internet just went down. Are you for fucking real? Am I gonna be banned for 10 minutes? No. Okay, we're good. I don't know what the hell that was about. That was frightening. I'm scared, chat. I'm really scared. I need to check something. Give me like 2 seconds. Yeah, you guys definitely saw that too. Oh, I put on some music and it just... I haven't muted because I'm an idiot. Sorry about that. Back to Splatoon. I don't know what the hell just happened. I wanted to say that, like, the internet just died. But it seems like it was fine. But I couldn't connect to jack shit for a fraction of a second, despite the internet saying it was completely up. You know what, I should have checked the bitrate. I've dropped frames, guys. I dropped 700 of them. It just happened! What the hell? Alright, hold on, let me freak out a little bit. That actually looks pretty good on the capture. That doesn't look so bad. I expected worse. I don't know what the hell just happened, though. I don't know why the stream kind of died for 30 seconds. No way. You don't think that's because the bitrate's 8,000, do you? Okay, check it out. Let me level with you. I had the bitrate. I had it set to 6,000, and I realized something. Splatoon's a little bit too busy for that. So I changed the bitrate. I changed it. I made it higher. I made it 8,000. And my computer can handle that. That's a-okay. But Twitch doesn't like that, necessarily. I think it's because they didn't put a lot of work into their mobile apps all the years ago when they actually made them. So some of their mobile apps, like, maybe not the main one, like on iOS and Android, but on, I'm guessing, like, the Switch and, console mobile apps, like, console apps. I'm guessing that's where the issues are. Did you see what he did to my bomb? He just played with it like a goddamn seal. Anyways, I have the bitrate set to 8,000, and if it's like... The stream is looking so much better because of it. If I left it at 6,000, I don't think you'd be very happy, because... Okay, check it out, like... In the recording, it would look fine. So if you want to catch up on the VOD channel later, like... No sweat. That's beautiful. Whoa, I dropped 3 at once! I dropped 3 small fry at once. In the recording, that would look fine. So you need to see a perfectly fine recording. But on Twitch itself, on the live stream itself, you would see some ugly, janky shenanigans happening. Every once in a while, the stream would just go to 30 FPS for fun. And that is, like, kind of the last thing you want when you're watching a Splatoon stream. I'm freaking out again. Let's look around. Yeah, that looks perfectly fine. If it's gonna look perfectly fine and then crash in Wave 3 every time, I think I might have to change the bitrate back to 6,000, and we might all have to suffer with the slightly bad bitrate. Twitch's normal suggestion is to not go above 6,000. They used to actually limit it there. They don't anymore. And the reason that anyone might want to stick with 6,000 nowadays is kind of silly. If you're not partnered with Twitch... I'm not partnered with Twitch, guys. If you're not partnered with Twitch, you don't have quality settings available to your viewers. Like, they can't change the quality of your stream. They just have to suffer with whatever the hell you give them. Or rather, whatever the hell Twitch gives them. Because whatever quality settings you ask for, Twitch might just disagree and give them like 720p, 30 FPS for funsies. Man, I'm so confused as to why the stream just died. We haven't dropped any frames since then, so I'm gonna guess that was a Wi-Fi thing and not an OBS thing. I'm gonna hope that was a Wi-Fi thing and not an OBS thing. Because otherwise, I'll just be more confused than ever. Getting into the trenches of, like, OBS settings, it's not a good place to be. It's not a place of happiness. I don't recommend it. If you can stand to, just use simple settings. Don't use advanced settings. But, like, I went to college. I went to college for music. I took music production. There are certain settings that I cannot enable from the simple settings menu, and I want them. And so I'm gonna get them. No! I was in end lag, I couldn't swim. I tried. You gotta believe me. The mic close enough? Ah! I was moving the microphone! No, I'm throwing. I'm sorry, team. Just forget about me. Don't even bother. I'm useless. I'm a worthless sack of protoplasm. Don't even help me. Forget about me. Man, Luna Blaster's so good in this mode too. I should be like making use of it. Had a little panic there. That's what's going on. We have double UFOs. I was wondering why there were so many smalls around. This is not looking so good. I think I have to... Yeah. Okay, it happened again. I got stuck in end lag because I don't use the Luna Blaster very often. I'm the only one that can do this. I need to do it. Oh, never mind. Someone else did it. We're fine, we got this. GG's. It's wave 3. Are we gonna crash this wave? OBS? Are you gonna be okay? Not gonna drop any frames, are you? Bitrate seems cool. So back onto the topic of Twitch bitrate. Twitch, like, used to only offer partners the ability to stream higher than 6,000 kilobits per second. And the funny thing about that is YouTube streaming, YouTube doesn't give a shit. You can be at 15,000, you can be at 30,000, and YouTube will let you do it. So if you've already got, like, an audience and you have quality content to share, stream on YouTube. Twitch is gonna kill me for saying that on their platform. They're gonna kill me. But instead of killing me, maybe they should just fix their servers. Moving on. Bitrate's a fickle thing. I mess with encoders too. You guys don't need all this technical jargon. This is just uninteresting. It's saddening. It's soul-crushing. Bubble, you and me. We can do this. Me and you, Bubble. Me and you. We got this. Let him know! If you've never played TF2, one of the things that people love to do to communicate in that game without using the comms, like without using their voice and without using the thank you and the this way and yes finds, people like to move their mouse up and down to make their characters nod, and they like to move their mouse side to side to make their characters shake their head. It's very expressive, and it can be done in this game too. It's just not as visually legible, because there's so much going on the screen in Splatoon that you can't really pay too much attention to the models of your teammates and enemies. You can pay attention to their position, and you can guess at where they're going. Those are things worth paying attention to. But noticing if your teammate's model is bobbing their head up and down, that's... it's a... Did he just teleport? Oh, he's used Japanese. We have latency going on. Please, spare me the missiles. Okay. I don't think anyone's gonna deal with that flyfish anytime soon. I think we just have to live with it. Plus, I don't think we have time at this point to deal with the flyfish proper. No! Let me up here! Will this work? Yes. We can do this. We can do this, chat. We can win the game. I gave my life, and it wasn't even necessary. And as the title says, I'm really gonna miss this rotation when it's gone. It's just so, like, so fun and playable. Like, what's not to like about random weapons? What's that? You just got like a terrible comp 4 times in a row? Okay, I guess there is something not to like, but I think you take the bad with the good in this case. I think it's worth it still. Huh, why did I do like a kickflip there? I saw fit to do that. I was like, this is necessary for me to enact my will on this world. Must do a kickflip. Oh, this is definitely not the weapon you want for this. No! Wow, I don't think any of us are going to be capable of doing a lot of damage to that. This is going to be a challenge, this mothership wave. Locking in, chat. It's happening. Only a little bit. Oh, that didn't count? That's full of beans right there, is what that is. Oh no! We've just about got it. I'm gonna reef slider the thing, because I have trust issues. Oh, I really did nothing at all. I was just gonna say a lot anyways. Good job. Good work. One of my favorite things to do with the ability to look around is to, like, if I've just killed someone in a funny way, explode time, it's explode time, and it's grillers. The one wave that explode's not the best for. I like to look up at them in the kill cam. I like to be like, hello, you're dead. You can see me from up there, right? Dude. No. No, please. At least we have the Explo in our hands. Even if it's not a good matchup, it's fine. It's the Explo. I'm happy to have it. It makes me happy. Are you coming for me? I should be dead. No! I was just trying to hold B for a squid surge. But we're not doing so hot, guys. Probably should have expected that we're not doing so hot, but whatever. I want 2 of them in a row. I'm gonna do a reef slide. It's gonna be epic. Doing it. Okay, well, that was a waste. Muscle! No! He cheesed the corner. Just one more egg. You can do it! You can do it! Oh. Oh, God. That was so deflating. Yeah, we haven't dropped any frames since the big event. My current number of dropped frames is a Boeing 747. I can still hardly believe that happened. Whoa! My bitrate just jumps to 9,000. It freaked me out a little bit. Why is that happening? Well, we tried our best. We learned a lot and had some laughs. That was not a bad run of Salmon. I could have stuck with those guys. They weren't so bad. Bubble was there, right? Yeah, Bubble was there. I trust Bubble. If I see, like, in Salmon Run, multiple people that have the, those are good badges. Those are one such badge. If I see those, and I see the EVP 999 badges, I trust you. If I see the extra work badge, I trust you for that too. That one's way harder than I gave it credit for. I've always found extra work to be kind of fun. Although it's, not very doable unless you have a team. Getting gold, that is. Another one. Grab the final. Woo! If I had Luna Blaster just now, I would have died. Bring the shark. Bring him this way. Oh, that snake's coming for me. Beautiful. Just beautiful. What's better than this? Is that Wolf? Is that his name? No, it's just Yoli. Yoli, Lady Dragon, and Deeper. Those are my boys. I've got to start paying somewhat close attention to my team names, and I'll tell you why. When I was testing to see if the last stream had any like major issues, I noticed that one of my teammates was named Cosmos, and I would have stayed with that person. 100%. The Cosmos carry? I would gladly enable the Cosmos carry. It made me a little sad knowing that using my intuition, would immediately leave that game. Given that my intuition is always to leave. Even if we win. Yeah, Namek, what's up? Are we bamboo? Yay, I like bamboo. I'll get that. I've definitely got to start using this weapon. This is a fun weapon. Just happened. Okay. I never understood the appeal of sniping in a video game until I started playing PC and mouse aiming. And then suddenly it all makes sense. It all makes sense. It all made sense. It's just really satisfying and it's really consistent. It's a good time. And gyro aiming is about as close as anything gets. PC, or to keyboard and mouse aiming on a controller. This is how! Where's the missile man? I'll take care of him. That's a lot of big men. No, he body blocked! Oh, we still got him. Yeah, I really enjoy flicking with... Oh, I'm dead. I really enjoy flicking with a sniper in this game. It's like, it's huge dopamine with gyro controls. How am I alive? How did you get me so fast? We can do this. Just grab one of those. We win. Wow, that got hellish. Yeah, it's really, really fun. I can see why Squiffer mains exist, despite their weapon not being all that good. I think if the Squiffer had range, everyone would be sad except Squiffer mains. No, please, please! He painted under my feet, that son of a bitch! I'll take care of this. I'm the jet sculpture. What is this weapon comp? Oh my god! I don't know if I've ever seen random weapons get this bad. 2 jet squelchers and 2 splat chargers! What the fuck? This round's gonna be all about special use. And I'm gonna have to use mine right now. And never mind. Yeah! Wave breaker, let's go. Wow, these guys are hustling. You gotta respect the hustle. Alright, I'm gonna go handle that. He deflected that with his beak. What a pro games player that Stinger is. My brain's being pulled in too many directions. I can't call things by their accurate names anymore. I'm sorry. What's better than this, though? I know it's chaos, I know it's hell, but I'm happy. I'm having fun. We just need to play evasive, and we win. That was a god-awful rotation. Yo, we get bosses too? Wait, is this high tide? No, it's mid tide. I played this rotation for like an hour yesterday before I realized it was triumvirate. That was after beating triumvirate once. I still hadn't realized it. Alright, that was silly struts. I had to do it. There was nothing else to be done. Whoa! Jesus Christ, that scared the shit out of me. I'm just gonna keep doing this. Well, he's got a body blocker now. I'm stressing out. Why? Wait, what? I'm coming for you! Wow. This might be the ultimate revive in Salmon Run. Okay, we're gonna juke him. I got you, dog. Oh, that's unfortunate. I don't think we're gonna get this, guys. In fact, I'd wager to say this is pretty much impossible from here. Thought I was gonna die to that. Well, I didn't do fantastic. I didn't contribute too much. But it looks like nobody else did either, so it's alright. Very typical triumvirate run. I'll take 15 bronze scales any day. That's lovely. Oh, Deeper was back! Wait, this is the same group. Deeper, Yoli, and Lady Dragon. These are good players, what the hell? Why did I leave them earlier? Oh, I know why. Because it's just what I do. And it's what I'm gonna do. Right now. Yet again. It's what the heart wants. The heart wants what it wants, and right now it wants to leave my team every single game. Maybe at some point I'll get a teammate that I have to stick with. But it's gonna take a lot. It's gonna take a really particularly funny name. That'll do. That'll do for me. I wonder if when the stream died a couple seconds ago, if it separated this stream into two parts. It did not. We're good. We're in the clear, Chad. All's well here. This is nice. You know what? Oh, that's what I was gonna do. I need to check what the upcoming rotations are. You know, that's not so bad. Those are some pretty tolerable rotations. There's a couple, like, standout dogshit weapons, like the Tri-Slosher, and, you know, no, that's a perfectly fine rotation, except, isn't it on Spawning Grounds? No, it's on the next worst thing. Or the next worst thing. If you've ever looked up, like, top players' opinions, or top overfishers' opinions on the maps in Salmon Run, it's one of the funniest, like, tier lists you will ever see. It's like 3 maps are in bottom tier, 2 of them are 1 tier up, then there are 3 to 4 empty tiers above that. Then one, like, second to top tier, there's 1 map, and top tier, there's 1 map. It's one of the most skewed tier lists I've ever seen in my life. Oh my god, speaking of skewed tier lists, the franchise I know the most about, it's Super Smash Bros. I know a lot about Smash, because I've spent maybe 1,500 hours in this game. I've spent about 10,000 playing Melee alone. When you're really into Melee, there's just no other game you want to play. And for me, it literally took something external to get me to stop playing the game. And that was my hands starting to hurt. But Melee is not the only Smash game I've spent copious amounts of time playing. I definitely spent more time playing Brawl as a kid than I did as an adult. But I did try to get into Brawl a little bit as an adult, just for a bit of fun. Back when I was still in school, I wanted to, I started bringing, like, in the last few days of school, I started bringing a Wii setup with Homebrew and Melee and all that. And people didn't really want to play Melee because me and one other player were kicking everybody's ass. And it kind of looked old by that time. But people really did want to play Smash. I think this was before Smash 4 came out. So we played, or no, it was between the launch of Smash 3DS and Smash for Wii U. Between those 2 releases. People wanted to play Smash, but people wanted to play Brawl. So I was like, sure, let me set up Brawl, and we can all get a little bit into Super Smash Bros. Brawl. A lot of us will have some fun. Hoy vey, the balance of that game is comical. Most tier lists in video games are fairly competent. Like, the top tiers, they all have pretty equal footing with the other top tiers. The high tiers, some of them have better matchups against the top tiers than other top tiers do. There's an interesting balance, especially with, like, Melees, where Yoshi was seen as a low tier, then a mid tier, and now a high tier. And not a top tier, but Amza can still, like, destroy everyone. There's a lot of interesting cases like Yoshi and Samus and DK. Melee's had a lot of fun stuff like that. Brawl's tier list is a straight line. It is literally a straight line where everyone at any point on the line has a great matchup to everyone below them, and a terrible matchup with everyone above them. It's insane. Oh, I thought I could, like, roll off, but I didn't have the time. Oh well. It's comical. Ganondorf has no good matchups, so he's the bottom. Meta Knight has no bad matchups, so he's the top. Ice Climbers have 1 bad matchup, and it's Meta Knight, so they're number 2. Then you have, like, all the chain grabbers that come one after the other. And it's a real shame that, like, the balance is so dogshit, because there's actually some stuff to that game that are competitively kind of fun. Like, ledge stealing still exists. Ledge stealing is always fun in a Smash game. And chain grabs aren't inherently a terrible thing. Only when they are a literal guaranteed 0 to death that work from any percent to kill percent. That's the only time that chain grabs are really a problem. Like wobbling. But there's a reason that wobbling stuck around so long in Melee. Like, it wasn't that polarizing. People had to set up for it, they had to play very specifically to get into a position where the Ice Climbers could grab somebody and have Nana nearby. Plus the consistent 200 BPM. It's not bad. It did eventually get banned for sort of good reasons. There were a couple players, I think it was Army, if I remember correctly, who had built his entire playstyle around wobbling. Even Wobbles wasn't just doing wobbling. Even Wobbles was like doing crazy desync shit. And that's fun to watch. That's the reason we didn't just outright ban Ice Climbers or anything. Because the Ice Climbers, they're not just a wobble machine. They can wobble, and they do wobble, that's for sure. That's not all they do. No grenade for me. Yet another shark kill eludes my grasp. But that's probably enough talk about Smash game balance for now, because I could go on for a literal eternity about that, and we're not even playing a Smash game. I like the weapon balance in this game most of the time. The only reason that, like, it bugs me sometimes is because kits take away the options. Kits make it so a weapon that can be really good at something isn't allowed to do that thing. And that's not very fun for anybody. I really like the idea that in the next Splatoon game, yeah, that's about right. I really like the idea that in the next Splatoon game, custom kits will be a thing. Oh, we lose, actually. It's over. Like, specifically, the idea that made me happy was that someone put forth the possibility that you have a main weapon, and you have, like, 3 or 4 subs you can choose from, and 3 or 4 specials you can choose from. And that's the case with every main weapon. That would be cool. That would be really, really neat. That way you could, like, have a bit of creativity. You could choose what sub you think best supports the special that you want. You didn't have to, like, say, I want this really, really good special, please. Okay, well, here's a point sensor, and you have to use it. No more of that. No more line marker, like, no more cursive line marker. That sounds wonderful. And I'm actually, like, a staunch supporter of both of those subs, by the way. I love point sensor and I love line marker. I think they're both really fun. But they're quite problematically not a bomb. And in this game, bombs are king. What more is there to say? Bombs are just too good. I will say, I'm actually a little bit sad at how they nerfed fizzies. There was definitely some cases where the fizzy nerf was like, okay, that's maybe a good thing. Now people can't just sit back and spam fizzies the whole game. But as it stands, fizzies paint maybe like 2/3 as much as they used to. Ooh. And that did not change that weapons like Sloshing Machine and Tri Nouveau still have insane points for special. Like 220 on Sloshing Machine, and I think 210 on Tri Nouveau. And they can no longer justify, like, spamming fizzies to fill that shit up. It's a sad state of affairs, I won't lie. Check this way. Visceral, internal reaction to this way, as always. What? You can just keep hitting your D-pad up, buddy. We're not gonna come over there. You have fun. You knock yourself out. The rest of us have shit to do. We made it. Oh, I almost didn't make it. I almost completely jinxed that. This is getting a little hairy. Wow, for all that this way spamming, we sure ignored him completely and won anyways. Whee! I really do not enjoy the this way button. It makes me upset. I think it's conducive to one person in the lobby saying that they know what's going on, that the rest of their teammates are clueless and should drop what they do, drop what they're doing, stop doing what you think is helping because it's not helping. That's what this way communicates a lot of the time. It's useful sometimes, I won't lie. Sometimes, like, knowing something is this way, the scenario that I know that it really does help in, say you're in Turf War, and your team is pushing way up because you won the mid-fight, and, you've earned the position to move up. And somehow, all your teammates are moved up, and an enemy ink brush just got behind your team. That is an opportune time to let the team know there is someone in our spawn, and they're gonna paint everything unless we, like, go back there and get rid of them. That is the one situation that this way is, like, a really, really useful thing to have. And I wouldn't want it gone, necessarily. Even if keeping it around means this guy gets to keep spamming his dumbass up D-pad button. Whoa! He was hiding somebody. I made it! I made it! We're definitely leaving this lobby. I don't want to be with this guy again. If you wanted to know how to, like, piss me off in a lobby, just spam this way. It works every time. Okay, not every time. Sometimes I know the person is genuinely a moron and they're just gonna get themselves killed and get the whole team killed, and I can't help but laugh in that kind of situation. See, this game is so, like, full of things to do in any given second that it's hard to sit back and breathe in, smell the roses. It's hard to do that sometimes. TF2, it lets you do that. I think it's because there's so many teammates on your team in TF2. And what that means for the game is that there's a lot of opportunities you have to just watch what's going on. And when you're doing that, sometimes you'll see someone do something that just does not add up. And those moments where someone's doing something that doesn't add up, they happen in this game frequently. But it's really hard to justify stopping your momentum to just watch. Like, I remember I had a time where, I was soloing the enemy team with Splatling. I was like, where is my team? What's going on? It's been like a full minute since I felt like my team made it to mid with me. Where could they be? I threw myself headlong at the enemy, took out 3 of them, perished horribly, and went back to spawn and started watching as my roller spent 20 seconds trying to jump up a gap like this and failing. I couldn't peel my eyes away. I just kept watching. It was beautiful. That's the kind of shit you miss when you have to be doing something every second. And I want to see that stuff. I want to record that and I want to share that with people. I want everyone to be able to see the funnies that happen. You know, I might have even saved that clip. The problem is, I've got, like, about 550 Splatoon images and clips on my Switch right now. I don't know that I could find it. I know the colors were orange and blue, so this was before I had color lock enabled. That narrows it down a little bit. By the way, that's why I've been yellow team every single run. You've probably noticed that already, but I have color lock on. Yellow or blue team. We've been blue a little bit. Maybe not in Salmon Run. We were blue in... what's it called? In the opening. We were blue then. Okay, I gotta rant about color lock. I have a problem. a serious issue with color lock. You put on color lock because you want to get used to seeing the ripples in the ink, and so you limit it to just 2 colors, so it's less variety, less variation on things that you have to keep track of, yeah? My TV has a problem rendering the color blue. It does not do a very good job with the color blue. In fact, it's like an electric blue. No matter what blue it is, it becomes electric. Like Sounds and Vision electric blue. And what that means for me is that I can't see Ninja Squid in the color blue. I just can't. So I'm trying to train myself to spot it anyways, despite the everything. Am I still with these freaks? No, Dominic, Pumpkin, Heavy Kez? Okay. Those are some names. Remember when they buffed the frame data on vertical wiper by 2 frames? That was a cool change. Sorry, back to the color lock rant. So, blue is a problem for me. Especially the lighter, like, painter's tape blue. That's electric blue. That's what we call that. What if I told you every single color lock option available has blue as one of the colors? Every single one. One of the 2 colors. There are 3. The third team in, like, Splatfests, that can be relevant in some. But the 2 color lock presets that exist, and you can't make a custom one, so you have to use one of these presets, are orange and blue, and yellow and blue. So if your TV is like mine, and just sucks at rendering the color blue, well, you're out of luck. You just gotta get used to it, pal. That's where I'm at right now. I just have to get used to it. It's not what I want, but to me, it's better than having different colors every single time when I'm trying to get used to spotting subtleties in ink. I really hope for the next game, like, there's custom color lock colors. Like, you can choose. That'd be neat. That'd be real neat. But as it stands, I can't see anything if I'm on the yellow team. Which sucks, because yellow is, like... Yellow is my Splatoon color. It's what my character's in. It's what my... I mean, like, it's what the... Look at the profile picture of the channel. Yellow eyes on a black background it's kind of my thing. Something is going on in my house right now. Someone is, like, cracking open bottles in the kitchen, making as much noise as they can. I don't know how much of that's capturing on the mic, and I really hope the answer is none of it. Hey, we gotta get it. Ooh. I'll handle this, don't worry. 2 people are dead. How are you not dead? Oh, this is bad. Okay, we're out of there. Forget this. Forget all that. It's wave 2, and now there's 2 missile men that just spawned! How is there another one? A 3rd one spawned in between my throats! I can't believe this. This is horrible. I don't think we're gonna win this wave, guys. I don't see it happening. Our weapons are a little bit at fault right now, I won't lie. But it's not just the weapons. The team that hustles together wins together, don't forget it. Hustle. Oh, we lose. Just 2 eggs. Man, if that rain wasn't doubled on that one spot, we might have actually passed. That was insane. The Big Swig hero. It's him. How do you do that to yourself? How do you do that to your team? How many people do you think were stuck on a team with Mr. Swig over the years? Okay, good. I can check that way. I was wondering how I could check how much time I've been streaming for. It's been just over an hour. Not that you needed to know that. You can see that yourself using Twitch Magic or VOD Magic, whichever one you're using at the moment. Why am I not queued up? What happened? Thought I queued. Man, I was having a lot of fun until I had the Tri-Slosher. Tri-Slosher in this mode makes me really sad. Like, do I need to say more? The DPS is not great. 100 in bursts, normally that's a pretty cool thing. But when it takes this many, it's, like, if you have to fight Big Cannon Man, I'm sorry, you're gonna be there for a couple seconds. Per man. Yeah, someone in my kitchen is just screaming right now. They're like, I think they're reading out cooking instructions to themselves in a screaming voice, because it's the only voice they know how to use. I'm gonna have to shut my door a little bit more. See, I would shut my door all the way, but there's a problem. I've got a cat sleeping in this room, and she's on the escape key as we speak, threatening to end the stream at a moment's notice. And she needs to be able to leave, because I don't keep the litter box in here anymore. Ever since I got cancer, I've had to, like... Oh! Cancer reveal. We'll talk more about this another time, but I've got leukemia, and it's the incurable kind. In fact, I don't think leukemia can be cured. It can only be treated. But don't worry about me. I'll live. Apparently I can live like a long, healthy life with my leukemia and be okay. It's just a little costly. It costs like 50 bucks every pill I take, which I have to take every day. Good times. Anyways, ever since I got leukemia, the doctor was like, hey, maybe don't put a litter box in your room. That's just not good for you in this kind of circumstance. I didn't ask to elaborate, I probably should have. That way I could, like, explain the science behind how inhaling kitty litter is not the wisest play for leukemia havers. But, that's that. Let's not talk more about leukemia before, like, everyone gets really sad about it. That's a downer. But it's part of me, so I can't, like... I can't just pretend it's not, you know? What can you do? I have to help you. You're welcome. Did we lose already? Guys, this is wave 1. Come on. Yeah, we lose. Now that was an issue of not luring. We weren't luring enough, so there were no eggs near the basket. And we have, count them, 2 3-3-3 title havers. How did we lose that badly? I had a good weapon. What was our comp? Okay, that might answer some questions. I'm not exactly trying for like 999 right now. I've already gotten 999 on this, on this map. There we go, I found the word. That's a good rotation, what the hell? Yeah, I guess we just did a terrible job of luring the bosses in. Collectively. I got too distracted talking about leukemia. I'm sorry, chat. It'll never happen again. We'll talk more about it one day. Don't worry. There's definitely more to say about it, but like... I don't want to get into a big leukemia discussion in my first, like, couple of streams. Who wants that? That's not fun. Wow, look at those pineapples. Oh! We got some 999 havers in this lobby. My trust is up. And there's this guy again. I just looked right at him! I wonder if he knows that I secretly blame my team for the last loss. If this is the same exact team, I'm gonna be a little peeved. Are you gonna throw a bomb or not? Oh, he's bucket, I see. Good teamwork. I love the mini splatling in this game. Oh my god, it's actually one of my favorite weapons. In Salmon Run, it's alright. It's not bad. In fact, it's pretty good in Salmon Run. But I really like it in the actual game. I think Vimy gets a really bad rep, despite just being, like, a different flavor of Splatana Wiper. I know that's gonna sound like an insane person thing, what just came out of my mouth, but believe me, it does the same thing. It moves around, it skirmishes, it draws attention, it threatens with paint, it has a crazy quick kill time, and it has a hammer. With a useful sub for comboing with your team. It's just another flavor of Splatana Wiper to me. Vimy is cool. I like Vimy. Maybe one of these days, once I'm like big into comp, I'll try to convince a team to let me run Vimy on their comp. It's a really fun weapon. It's probably the best a Splatling with a burst bomb could be. I guess it's just a little unfortunate. A little unfortunate that it got stapled to an Ultra Stamp, which is just another reason that we should get custom kits next time. Gave him a little kiss. I don't necessarily think we're gonna win this round. It was really close last wave. This run, I should say. I forgot we agreed on a system yesterday. There are waves per run. You have 3 waves every run or round. Either one is good. And last wave, we were really, really close. We had a lot going for us, but we were like close to losing, and that was concerning. No! Oh shit. Okay, that's fine. Good enough. Where's that stinger at? I guess they got him. Did you know that has a hitbox? You can kill with egg throw. It's really fun to do. We already win. I mean, I could hold on to Reap Slider, but it's the least useful special, I think, in the entire mode. I'm out of ink. I'm out of ink. Let me go. Let me free. Thanks, teammate. Thanks, Mr. Edit. What a beautiful weapon the Heavy Edit is. It makes me really happy that, like, at least that Splatling is top tier. Like, when I started getting into Splatlings, I got a little bit worried. I was like, it looks like most of these aren't very good balance-wise. And mostly because they lose to Charger, like, horribly. The Charger Splatling matchup, let's just say it might just be the reason more people don't play Splatlings. And it's a good reason not to pick up a Splatling as well, because Good lord, is that a bad matchup. You are a long-range, sustained fire weapon, and you need to be able to see your opponent for a good amount of time before you can secure a kill. With with the sniper, if you can draw a straight line from yourself to your enemy for a single frame, congratulations, you've won the fight. Okay, that's maybe exaggerating a little bit. I know everything in this game is projectiles. So, even chargers aren't instant. By the way, you like how I continued to call chargers snipers and kind of just refuse to change on that front? Because that's the way it is! That was the player base punishing me for my wrongs. Guys, I think we lose. We're all too far away from the basket. Thanks, champ. Did that work? It did. That was cool. At least I got like one little bit of flashy play towards the end. That's good enough for me. Hello! You're pushing the escape key now is what you're doing. Thanks for that, Nutmeg. Well, it's a good thing that didn't crash anything. She does not like when I stream. She doesn't like long streams, especially. But this is just gonna be like 2 hours. I can't imagine me playing too much Splatoon today. I've got like maybe 50 minutes more I want to do with this before I'm good to call it. Around 2 hours is when my thumb gives me the signal that I have to start playing a little bit differently to prevent the pain. The pain. The pain. It's another game that I'm going to stream one of these days. The Pain. Metal Gear Solid 3 The Pain. Pain Eater. What a pain. When darkness... I gotta stop. The barrier right now between me and streaming Snake Eater is a little bit silly. I don't want to stream like a lower difficulty. I don't want to stream European Extreme, which is the highest difficulty in the game, where if you get spotted, like even one time, it just game overs you. That was a stressful experience, and I didn't particularly enjoy it. I beat it, but I didn't particularly enjoy it. The next difficulty below that, though, the quote-unquote highest regular difficulty, that was awesome. And I don't want to play the game on another difficulty than that. I just want to keep playing that. So when I stream it, that's what I'm going to do. We're going to play that difficulty. But, you don't have that difficulty unlocked by default. I think you have to beat the game once or twice before that difficulty appears. So I'm having to beat the game on my own right now. Which is also a good thing, because that means I'm going to be a little bit more reacquainted with the game by the time we stream. That's going to be a good-ass time. There are very few games that, like, I beat for the first time and just wanted to continue playing. So I played it again. And that game had such a stark, like, impact on me that I didn't want to play anything else even after the second time in a row I'd beaten it. So I beat it again. And then I beat it again. And then I beat it again, and then I beat it again. I think I beat it 8 times in a row. It was 7 or it was 8. And that was the first time playing the game. It was on the Master Collection on Switch, which is not a good port. Sorry, Nintendo. You really should not have capped it at 30 unless you were just, like, frightened of the Switch's low power. Dude, if the Switch 2 lets you play MGS3 at 60 FPS, I will have just wasted like 20 bucks. Because I bought the PC port. I guess it won't be a waste though, because that means I can play the game with PC controls. You boot the game up and it's like, this game was not meant to be played with a keyboard and mouse, so you better stop right now and plug a controller in. And I didn't do that, and I started having even more fun. It works really well on PC. You just, you have to mod it. I'm not gonna lie to you. You have to download an INI file, and you have to customize it, and say, I want the sensitivity to be higher than the game allows me to make it. Otherwise, your mouse, like, no amount of DPI shifting is gonna let you adequately... is gonna let you adequately turn the camera. Sorry, I started freaking out for a moment. There's more kitchen noises going on. As soon as we get to 30, I'm closing my door. Because I'm sick of hearing kitchen noises. They're bothering me. It sounds like someone's unwrapping presents in the other room right now. Throwing plastic packaging all over the place. Alright, alright, I'm doing it. Now's the time. My family must be going deaf. Yippee! Thank you. Sorry for AFKing, I appreciate it. Thanks for carrying me. Numbers, you in particularly. Thank you, you saved me. See, some people notice when you look at them. That's a freaky statement. Bathtub is a really, really weird case in this game mode. That's what this weapon is, by the way, in case you didn't have eyes. This is a bathtub. In case you're, like, just doing an audio-only podcast. Mumph cast. I wanna go over there. No. Are you gonna... Yeah! This guy makes the good decisions. Trust your teammates. Sorry about that. Bathtub. Bathtub's good. It's just not great. What? I was expecting that chum to walk up. I was gonna kill him with the egg throw. Oh my god, I have a really embarrassing clip. One time, me and like two teammates, two solo queue teammates, two strangers, we had set up in front of a flyfish, and the flyfish was lowering itself. It was time for us to throw the bombs. And someone threw a bomb in the left basket. We all threw it at the same time. Someone threw a bomb in the left basket. Another guy threw it in the right basket. And I threw an egg. I don't know why. I threw an egg. I felt like such a fool. It's a good thing the other guys knew what they were doing, because, like, goddamn. Here, grab. Triumvirate. I love how many different ways you can pronounce triumvirate. You can say triumvirate. Triumvirate is my go-to. Oh, let's go over here. Is that good? Yes. Beautiful. That's not doing, like, a terrible amount of damage. That's pretty good. That also is not a bad amount of damage. I have crab. I should find a good position to crab it up. Numbers, I gotta save you! You're my friend! I must rescue you! I want a crab, but I'm gonna die if I do. So I'm not gonna. Oh! No, not missiles, please, please, please leave me alone. This is getting hellish. Jojo, I got you. There's a strange duality that's developed to the name JoJo. You never know if the person's like a big JoJo Siwa fan or if they like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. You never know. But it's always one or the other. No, it's not always one or the other. Sometimes you get a rare JoJo's Circus enjoyer out there, which is just like a how do you even exist kind of deal. Shit, that's not good. I tell you, when I first was recommended the show JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, I reacted with vitriol, not because I knew what it was, but because when I was a child, and we had the three channels to choose from on TV, Nick, Disney, and Cartoon Network, and I only really liked cartoons at the time, so Cartoon Network and Nick were almost all I watched. I got really frustrated when JoJo's Circus was playing. And it would do that for hours, always at the times when I was able to watch TV. It was JoJo's Circus o'clock. I did not like that show. Looking back, I respect that they did a full claymation show. Was it even claymation? I think it was. I remember it being claymation. Any JoJo's Circus enjoyers in the chat or in the comments, you gotta let me know, like, what is there to like about that show? Do you exist? Are you real? I almost don't even believe that show existed. For a while I heard it was like lost media. Deservedly. Despite being like really limited in what I could watch as a child, like times are very different now. Now if you have an interest, you can just watch that interest on demand at any moment. That's cool. Like if you're like, I really like this video game, you can go to twitch.tv/categories/that game, and you can just watch anyone. You can Google top players, you can Google power rankings, and you can just watch tournaments, watch people playing your favorite games. That's really cool. If you have a show that you caught a glimpse of and you liked it, you can just binge the entire thing on websites that will not be named right now for regular streaming's sake, but also piracy's sake. we don't talk about piracy, we just endorse it and use it frequently. We don't talk about it. Piracy is pretty cool. I was a teacher at one point in the past. Not like a pro teacher or anything, not like a pro Chara teacher or anything, but I worked at an elementary school in an after-school capacity, and then I taught at a preschool. Two wildly different experiences. I don't recommend preschool teaching, by the way. Did you see the frame rate he was operating at? He had that characteristic 3 FPS. Anyways, when I was working at the elementary school, there were kids that they had interests, and they wanted to play these video games that existed, like, man, there was one kid who hated Pokemon. He's like, I don't like it. Pokemon is stupid, it's not fun, it's awful. And I was like, why do you think that? All your classmates really seem to like Pokemon. What's going on? Do you own any Pokemon games? And he says, yes. I have Pokemon DX. And at first I thought he was talking about Pokemon Rescue Team DX, which is It's a cool game for kids. He'd probably have enjoyed it if that was the game he had. But no, he had Pokken Tournament DX. Which is not a game I would recommend to a child. That is like... That's like giving Tekken... a reskinned Tekken to a kid. Do you really think they're gonna get value out of that? The answer is no. So these kids just hated Pokemon. And I said, hey, do me a favor. We're trapped here after school. I've got this tablet right here. Here's Pokemon Emerald for the Game Boy Advance. And he had a brother, a twin brother. And the twin brother came along and saw that his brother was, like, actually enjoying himself playing Pokemon Emerald. And he's like, I want to try that. Can I try that? And I got out an old Samsung phone, and I was like, I can pull up the same stuff on this. They really enjoyed that game. They were having so much fun. And there's a serious beauty to watching a child play a Pokemon game and running into the roadblocks that you would normally run into in a Pokemon game. Like, I had a kid play Fire Red, and he was struggling against Brock until he found out about type advantages. That was an awesome thing to witness, because you get to see in real time as, like, the understanding forms, and suddenly they're having a really good time, and realizing that there's a bit more depth to this game than they expected. The end of that year was me giving instructions out to every kid on how to pirate games. I mean, what else are you gonna do? You gonna find a way to buy a copy of Pokemon Emerald in the year 2024? Let me save you some time. It doesn't happen. You can't pay Nintendo for that game. It's not possible. The last time Nintendo re-released old Pokemon games was with Gold, Silver, Crystal on the 3DS eShop. It's been that long. Mainline, I mean. They did, in the Virtual Console, they put the original Rescue Team there, which is awesome. I'm gonna play, one of these days, I'm gonna play the remake of Red Rescue Team, which was one of my childhood favorite games. I think it holds up, but from people who've tried it without playing any Mystery Dungeon or Pokemon game in the past, like, I've seen mixed results. Some people saying that maybe you just had to be there as a kid and play this game. I could believe it. I'm too biased. I don't know for sure. But I can say that game succeeds at what it was trying to do. Finding a way to modernize the old Rescue Team games, it definitely succeeded at that. And it's sold over 2 million copies, so, like, it's not chump change. That thing's, like, that's sold pretty well. I'd be really happy if we got, like, an Explorers of Sky and Explorers of Time remake. That'd be pretty crazy. Because I've never played those games. I've just heard that they're better in every way. Oh, yeah. Oh, I wanted to do more whales. Those are good games. I like them a lot. I'm definitely going to be streaming them one of these days. It's going to be a lax experience. But I do have a stipulation in mind for it. Like, I'm not going to just, like, do the quiz, pick a mon, pick a partner. I think I like to do themed teams. Not like 2 water types, not like a monotype thing, but every one of the starters, they have a scarf on them. Sorry, I was checking the names. We have a Paylord. I was gonna call him P-Lord, but that would just be gross. I'm sorry, Chad. I'm sorry I put you through that. My stipulation for playing the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon remakes. I like the scarves that the starters have. And I would like both of my teammates to have matching scarves. That's the whole thing. Last time I did Bulbasaur Machop. Yellow scarf. So, yellow scarf is banned for this run. Yellow scarf is not allowed. We have to do something else. I think there's red, green, and blue. I think those are the only options available to us, now that yellow is banned. Yellow Scarf has entered the Shadow Realm. I should show you some of my teams in that game. Like, building teams in the original, it was a thing you could do, but it wasn't the most engaging or intuitive process. In the new one, you can save multiple teams in like the form of presets. I have a rain team, a sun team, a sandstorm team. What else do I have? Got a gimmick team. I've got a team that's just a cloister. He is the team. Team Cloister. It's just Cloister. Shell Smash Cloister. That's what I use for my 100 floor runs. Hell runs. There's a couple dungeons in the end of the game where you can only use one Pokemon. You can only use one. That's cool stuff. So yeah, keep an eye out if you like that game and you want to see that game streamed. It'll happen one of these days. I might even stream the next Salmon Run rotation at some point. Who knows? When I get started with my Anarchy Battle Climb, I'll probably stream some of that too. Not all of it. But Splatoon is gonna be a mainstay on this Twitch channel. That's for sure. It's just too playable. I couldn't not. We don't need to do anything. I'm gonna paint. I'm gonna do the important stuff right now. Whoa! Ah! Yippee! You know what? I just realized at the start of this stream, my my starting soon screen said there might be Spelunky. That was old. I have to edit that. Shit. I forgot that for every single stream I have to change that. I should put up a to-do list right in front of my computer, like a checklist of things I have to do before every stream. I can't do anything without, like, loading it with ambition. So you'll have to forgive, as my streams are a little overly ambitious. It's just the person I am. Call me Cao Cao. That's what it do. That's a reference that, like, maybe one person in the future is gonna get. Nobody right now is gonna know what the hell I'm talking about. I'll spoil it. I'll spoil it just for you. It's Dynasty Warriors. A franchise that I've loved and have grown to, like, cry about. Have groaned about. Have grown to groan about. Stay away from me. Yeah, keep blocking your buddy. No. One of the videos I'm working on for the main channel, please, is, its working title is Dynasty Warriors and Losing the Thread. I grew up playing the Dynasty Warriors games. It was like discovering any game between 3 and 5, Dynasty Warriors 3 and 5, as a kid. That's amazing. There is just so much there. It's almost hard to believe. Oh no! Oh no! It's because he stole my egg! We just lost because he stole my egg. We just lost because I wasn't the host. It's real. Splat wild. Dynasty Warriors 3, 4, and 5. They're all fantastic. They're actually really, really good games. There's a lot to them, which, if you've played any Warriors title in recency, might sound blasphemic. Because the modern, like, understanding of what a Warriors game is that it's a hack and slash, where you push the B button and 70 enemies disappear off of your screen. It was not always that way. It used to be a delicate balance of tactics and attacks. You manage your attack animations to very carefully not get hit by the opponents you're fighting. And there are a bunch of, like, foot soldiers, but they stand in service of the stronger units, and especially on the higher difficulties, they can really knock you the hell down. Nowadays, on the higher difficulties in a Warriors game, the foot soldiers will just, like, do an animation from far away, and suddenly your health pool is halved. And you have to run around the map looking for health for the next 5 minutes. I'm not happy with the state that series is in. And it starts with Dynasty Warriors 6. It really, like, it was palpable. I remember getting that game. Like, I used to play Dynasty Warriors 5 with my father. Because that game had pretty cool co-op. It was just a single player, but with someone else there helping you in the battle. That was cool stuff. And when 6 came out, we did our little split-screen shebang. And everything looked a little overly cartoonish. And Dynasty Warriors, it's based on Romance of the Three Kingdoms. A novel that was written in, like, the 1400s. Or was it the 400s? I know there's a 4 in there somewhere. A novel that's like, if you had to take percentages to say, like, how accurate is it to the real Chinese history of the Three Kingdoms, it's like 2/3 historical and 1/3 total fabrication. Those are the percentages that, like, historians like to tout. And I'd say it's pretty accurate. Not the game's story, but that description of it, that Dynasty Warriors is 2/3 accurate to history, 1/3 complete fiction. Because that's what Romance of the Three Kingdoms is. And that's what it has been, like, since it was written, like, hundreds and hundreds of years ago. I heard someone, like, in a video once, because, as you know, I'm heavily YouTube-brained. I like to watch YouTube in the background while I do other things. Where is he? Bring him to me. Bring him right here. I heard a YouTuber say they didn't like the Dynasty Warriors games. They liked, like, Hyrule Warriors and some of the other Warriors spin-offs, but they didn't like Dynasty Warriors trying to create its own canon. They didn't like the Dynasty Warriors universe that Dynasty Warriors came up with. And I did, like, the mother of all facepalms. It hurt. It hurt to hear that, man. Like, they didn't come up with that shit. The devs just liked Romance of the Three Kingdoms, and they saw the potential for a game based around it, and, like, sort of like how Lin-Manuel Miranda saw the potential of, like, a retelling of Alexander Hamilton's story. It's like that. They just really wanted to find a format to tell the story in a modernized, like, retelling. That's what they wanted. And that's where the Warriors franchise, like, began. It was just them trying to figure out how to tell that story through a video game. And I think they genuinely succeeded with 3 through 4. Dynasty Warriors 3 through 4. At least to a degree that it got schmucks like me at age 10 Googling facts about Chinese history. That was cool. That's a pretty damn successful, like, way to have made a video game. That's awesome. And with Dynasty Warriors 6, sorry to, like, backpedal on the conversation a little bit. Suddenly, the characters that were known for using their weapons in the books, like Guan Yu with his, I think it's called a Guandu. I don't actually know anymore. It's been too long. John Nash. It's him. It's been so long, I don't remember what his weapon was. Historically, that weapon hadn't been invented yet, so the dude that wrote Romance of the Three Kingdoms was a little bit talking out of his ass when he said that Guan Yu used the Guandu or whatever the hell it was. But the thing about that in the Dynasty Warriors games is that everyone uses their own weapon. And as a result, everyone has these completely different animations on their character, which led to completely different kits, completely different ways of attacking. different characters that differentiated themselves through gameplay. That was cool. In Dynasty Warriors 6, suddenly half the cast had a spear and the exact same attack animations. That's not an exaggeration. Half of them had spears, 25% of them had a bow as their main weapon. And the latter 25% was people using their own unique weapons. That was really, really sad to have seen. And with Warriors 7 and 8, it just got even further diluted. Luckily, like, by the time they got to Dynasty Warriors 8, they started giving everyone their weapons again. But still, the series had transformed. It was no longer, like, tactics-based and focused on, like, treating your foot soldiers like the front line of your army and trying to extend that as far forward as you can and taking the key enemy positions. That was gone. Now it's just a hack and slash where you hold W, find the enemy commander, and mash him down. I'm really sad. I'm really sad about what happened to Dynasty Warriors. Now you know. And now you know why. I bought 7 and 8, expecting a return to form. And 7 was the most disappointing Warriors experience I've ever had. I downloaded the demo for Fire Emblem Warriors at one point. I have a clip. This is all you need to see from that game to know that they bloated it beyond belief. It's a ways away. It's been a long time. Bam. For context, I had just finished a battle. I'm mashing the A button in-game.
Developed a bond of sorts.
Something, I'm counting.
Leave it to me.
Come back safe. Something new has been added. Something new has been added.
That was real. That was a 30-second clip of me just trying to mash the A button. And I need to hear Frederick's voice because I think he sounded like Hank Hill in that clip.
Suppose we've developed a bond of sorts.
That is Hank Hill. That is 100% Hank Hill.
Suppose we've developed a bond of sorts.
I suppose we developed a bond of sorts. My Hank Hill's lost it. Oh, boy. I suppose we've developed a bond of sorts. I can't do it. Bobby? Boggle. Hank Hill. The show Hank Hill. Hank of the Hill. Not Hank of the Hill. That's an actual good show. King of the Hill. I hated that show when it was airing because it wasn't the shows I wanted to watch. Because I was cartoon pilled as a child. I just wanted to see more like Kids Next Door or Fairly Odd Parents. I was a weird kid. Animation just like, it struck a chord with me. Not that I could ever do it myself. But anyways, only as an adult did I start to appreciate what King of the Hill was doing as a show. It's very fun to go back to. It's genuinely, it's southern slice of life where the problems that the characters experience are such plain, real-world problems. At least of the time. I don't know if it, like, holds up to a child that would watch it nowadays, because the problems that kids experience now are very different than the problems they experienced then. It did a really good job. And it's kind of amazing that Mike Judge made that. The guy behind Beavis and Butthead. Although there was... I'd be lying if I said there was no depth to Beavis and Butthead. Just the characters themselves, they were not very depthful. Those two characters, Beavis and Butthead, they were not very depthful. That's a lukewarm take. Everybody knows that. I need to leave. I've been fully autopiloting and thinking about Hank of the Hill now. It's that Frederick voice. It really cursed me. They must have hired the Hank Hill voice actor for that. I see no other explanation. I thought I could make it, chat. I'm sorry. Sorry to put you through these traumatic experiences. I never noticed that when I played Fire Emblem Warriors. I never noticed his voice sounding just like Hank Hill. That's crazy. I'm dead. Oh boy. We made it. Wave complete. Woo! Sometimes I feel like I have too many clips on my Switch. It's just like when something funny happens, it's hard not to save it forever. And like giving me the power to just re-record the last 30 seconds, that was making me too powerful, frankly. One of these days I'll set up my actual capture devices to retroactively capture things. I think they call that flashback capture now? I hope with the... oh no! I hope with the next Switch, the Switch 2, I hope those captures are in better quality, the flashback captures. By the way, do you like that strategy of bumpering off the front of the steel eel so he doesn't do damage to me? That's the kind of gameplay you can expect here on the Mumph channel. I once considered myself a sword and shield main in this game. I played Umbrella, and I played Splatanas. That was me. And then I realized Splatanas are too hard, and sword is... oh, wait, no. Splatanas are too hard, they're too dedicated. You have to keep playing them constantly if you want to be good at them. But the problem with shields... they get counterpicked. Like, really, really badly. Like, if I made it sound like... Splatlings into Sniper was a bad matchup, which it was. It is. It is nothing compared to the matchups that Tent Umbrella has, like versus Decav, or versus Wellstring. Tent into Wellstring, you might as well not have a shield. Tent into Decav, you might as well not have a shield. It's just like... it's really sad. The thing that really made me drop Tent, it was actually Splatfests. It was fine. Like, you could use a Tent in a Splatfest until they added Fizzbangs. When they added Fizzbangs, suddenly someone just needs to throw the Fizzbang at your shield and you can no longer walk behind it. Your shield is just useless. You just, like, with Tent, you can't use it anymore. I'm sorry. That shit made me real sad. It's really cool that Fizzbangs get... whoa! That was a cool drift he just did. It's really cool that Fizzbangs give you the option to have something bomb-like on your... oh no! On your weapons that traditionally get stuck with point sensors and beacons. That's pretty neat, I can't lie. It makes me sad that they straight up invalidate Tent as a weapon. That might sound like I'm exaggerating, but it makes the game unplayable because people can carry 6 of them. 6! They just get to spam Fizzbangs at your shield, and you cry. I didn't think that was going to work out for me. Are we going to lose anyways? I think we are. Alright, the frame rate's dropping. That's in-game, too. Damn, so close. I don't think we have this, guys. I think we lose. It's okay, though. We tried. We hustled. It's allowed. We put in the work. It's alright. I forgive you. Son. Man, all these guys with their extra work badges. I'm jelly. One of these days, I'll have to get a team together for Salmon Run. I'll stop playing solo queue. Today is not that day. I like me solo queue. As you can see, from this number being at 12,000, I like it to queue into solo. Duo queue is a little bit sad in Salmon Run. Like, it's fun, but it feels like the skill level of your teammates gets skewed a little bit. Like, you either get two very competent players, or you get the most useless Joes imaginable. The schmoes. Okay, my wrist is starting to hurt a little bit, so I think we're just gonna do 2 more... What do they call it? Runs. 2 more salmon runs. Or maybe we go until the next Triumvirate. Triumvirate! Oh shit, it's that. Tornadus. Poor guy. Is that a dynamo? Yeah, okay. There's not much to talk about when it comes to the balance of the Grizzco weapons compared to other weapons, because they're all insane for one reason or another. Except maybe the Grizzco bucket. It is insane, don't get me wrong. You can kill flyfish without bombing. That's cool. You can just shoot right through drizzlers and scrappers. That's cool. It's not good at everything else. Like, it can't play the... Let's call it the mid-fight. It can't fight the lessers. It can't keep itself alive. It needs escorting by its team, pretty much. Uh-oh. Oh, I'm a failure. This is just wave 1. I don't want to waste my Kraken, despite Kraken not being all that good in this mode. It's still decent, like you can kill flyfish with it, that's something. You can swim through steelheads. Ah. One of my favorite things about this mode, which is also one of the things that kills me the most, is when a small fry is drenched in your ink color, and suddenly he's wearing camo. He's like... If you've damaged him a bunch, but he's not dead, he just fully becomes your ink color. So he's a stealth small fry now, and I can't demonstrate that principle because I'm using my favorite weapon. God, I love Explo so much! Alright. Woo! I got this. Don't even trip, dog. This weapon's awesome in this mode. It's not perfect. It's got a couple matchups that it maybe struggles a little bit with. But for the most part, it's like almost 5 out of 5s across the board. 5 out of 5s and 4 out of 5s. Like, you saw that matchup. I just painted that with 2 shots. I'm trying, dude. I'm trying. Wow, we left him alive for that long. Uh-oh. Alright, I gotta start doing egg throws. Wait, what? You're still alive? That must be another one. It looks like we got this. I'll take care of the missile man. Oh, just one missile man. That's all. Yeah, he's not a flyfish. He's a missile man. That's just another name for my collection. Uh-oh. No! I was asking for it. I was like, here I am, the back line, and I'm about to clean up this crew of Quahawks. AoE machine. When I first started the game, it became very clear to me that Slosher was, like, nuts. Like, this weapon is insane. You can do sticky sinks with it, which, if you know, TF2, you know what I'm talking about. They call that, in this game, they name it after a player. They call that, like... I don't even know which player they named it after. It's sticky sinks. It's already a thing that exists. You're just using a slosher to do it. I find that a little funny. Being a TF2 player makes you feel like you have a little bit more history with this game than even Splatoon 1 vets. Or at least with these mechanics. Not all of them, mind you. This is not good. Well, thanks to that guy who pushed me out of the way. That was cool. Is there rain on top of me? Does that mean I'm dead? No, we're good. Please leave me alone. I wish to be left alone. I shouldn't be alive. Well, there you go. I need to find the missile man. And destroy him. Oh, can't do that. Come here. We can do it. There's so many eggs here, guys. There's so many eggs. We can't do it, chat. Oh, well, it's my fault. It's actually my fault. We lose because I missed that throw. That's crazy. That feels terrible. That is 100% on me. Ouch. Oh, I feel so bad. I'm sorry, Matthew. I'm so sorry. Mama Maria, I let you down. One thing I dislike about tornado waves is that, like, when there's just a single tornado wave, you can no longer tell who was useful and who was not, because it skews all the numbers. All of them. It skews the egg collection number, it skews the power egg number, it skews the assists number. It skews the lot. At least it's, like, free to win. That is the one good thing about the tornado wave, is it's like getting a free wave. What am I using? Ew! Really? Is this how we're starting off the last run? We get a goober? I hate this thing. As long as I don't get it twice in a row, I'll be okay. Whoa! Whoa! You know what? At least it can do this. Don't say it's useless. It's just really, really bad. Well, yeah, those missiles are targeting me. That's... Can't say I didn't see that coming. Although, it would be nice if someone else was over here targeting the missiles at me. Whoa! Now you gotta help me. I am a fraud. It's the truth. You witnessed it. You saw how bad my grenade throw was. It's my fault, chat. We're gonna lose this wave, and it's all because of me. I got you, dude. Stop walking that way. Okay. Vsauce. Is that Michael or Vinny? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No, please, no, don't jump off the cliff. I needed the space. No! I failed my platforming, chat. But we're still in it. We're good. That poor guy. I'm sorry, Vsauce. This is how it had to be. What is this team? Lou... Radar Panda? Reader Panda? I think that is probably a different spelling of a reader. Like, not the word R-E-A-D-E-R, but like... Who knows? I'm guessing. That's the best I can do. At least I'm using S-Blast. That means I'm having a good time. Oh, S-Blast. Uh-oh. No! Why physics? Why me? You gotta turn around, Reader Panda. There's a missile man. God, S-Blast is so good in this mode. I should have waited for them to walk a little bit forward. There's so many of these guys. There's another one. I'm dead. Please. Am I the only one who can see the flyfish? Does no one else know? Yeah, you did it. Don't this way. We know. We know it's hustle time. We got it. We made it, chat. I didn't beef the final shot. It's a W. Where were you the whole game, Vsauce? You could have cleared the middle out at any time. I'm doing it already. I'm being toxic. I'm blaming my teammates. Toxic in the loosest form of the definition, by the way. Poisonous! Having so much fun with the poisonous people. Oh yeah, you guys did it. I'm proud of you. I had to tell them that I had to tell them that they did a good job. They had to know. There needs to be a nice shot bind and a thanks bind. Maybe not the nice shot bind. Maybe the nice shot bind could be Booyah. No, there needs to be a thank bind and a help bind. Not for Salmon Run, but for the real game. Because as it stands, we're stuck saying this way for help! Help! We're stuck saying this way. And those are just like... Those are two very different things. You see, they went through all the trouble of programming a help bind, and then they only restricted it to this mode and when you're dead. No. No. I shouldn't be alive. I ran out of ink. I'm noticing that I've built a habit of deciding that I shouldn't be alive and then making it so that I'm not. That was on me. What? Why are you screaming? Holy shit. This is bad. This is really, really bad. We got this. We can win. No, the snake. Oh, God. That snake showed up at the worst possible time. I wonder how the snake survived so long. We can't go out on a loss, chat. We gotta do a little better than that. I know I only said 2 more left, but we gotta... I demand it. My pride demands that we win one. Which means... we have to leave the queue and wait for Vsauce... and wait for Vsauce to find his own lobby. Get out of my lobby, Vsauce. No one wants you here. Get out of town. You know, it's only as an adult that I start to realize some of those SpongeBob episodes had completely unhinged plots. The Panty Raid. the Get Out of Town episode, where someone's just advertising, and Patrick is like, "This guy wants me out of town, I have to leave." Steven Hillenburg was on some shit. That much cannot be doubted. You know, I can't open the menu here. Gravity! No! Do you remember the drugs episode of SpongeBob with the hooks? Where Patrick puts like 8 hooks in his mouth and he's like, "Everyone's doing it." You know, when I was in 5th grade, I legitimately made the observation to my schoolmates that maybe I shouldn't watch SpongeBob anymore because I feel like I'm becoming a dumber person for it. And part of that, there was some truth rooted in that. But there was also definitely a part of that was definitely me being like the kid that's, "I'm too old for video games now." Like that kind of kid. There was definitely a little bit of that. Like, "I'm an adult, I'm too old for Pokemon. I'm too old for Zelda. I need to play adult games. I need to play Call of Duty." I wonder if that guy still exists. Like, that kind of guy. Or if he's turned into just, like, an all-accepting Fortnite player. A game which I've never played, and will never play. Sorry, Fortnite fans. You'll be going hungry today. I've never had any interest in that game. Something about video games with an art style that does not compute to me. That lacks cohesion, particularly, really turns me off to the game. There's a game out there that's a true masterwork, to be honest, but I can't stand it. I can't stand looking at it. Because the art style does not read as cohesive to me. It reads as, like, disjointed and just a bunch of pieces. And that game is Slay the Spire. I'm so sorry if you like Slay the Spire. I don't. Like, it's fun. There is fun to be had. I hate that. Oh my god, what is happening? I hate that all the visuals have nothing to do with each other. Like, what do you call them? The relics you collect? There is no, like, cohesion. Hen nib? Ice cream cone? You found those in a giant tower? Okay. Although maybe I'm just talking out my ass, because I really like Risk of Rain, and Risk of Rain's aesthetics. I guess I just don't notice it as much, even though, like, there's literally a ukulele and glasses. I feel like they make it work for their aesthetic. They make it feel cohesive, despite it literally being a ukulele in a, like, space shooter. Oh god. Poor Risk of Rain 2. It really hurts seeing a once thriving and beloved game of yours turn into a dead horse that just gets beaten for all of time. And when Gearbox bought Risk of Rain, oh wow, that was cool. Those chums just ruined that for me. When Gearbox bought Risk of Rain and made changes to the game that were actually, like, bad for the gameplay, and then refused to go back on those changes, Gilded Elites, and I forget what the other elite was. The ones that, like... Oh god, am I dead? Well, I tried. The ones that... If you picked up any proc chain items, like the ukulele, and the on-kill and on-hit effects, if you picked up any of those, you just lose when that elite appears. They refused to get rid of those, even after, like, it was pointed out by better players that, like, hey, this does not work with the game whatsoever, and really should not be here. Gearbox did not backpedal on that. They backpedaled on some of what they did. Namely, just the utterly game-breaking bugs that they implemented, like tying things to the frame rate. Or at least making it appear that way, according to them. By which I mean they literally tied things to the frame rate. They literally did. And then they said, we never tied anything to the frame rate, but if you think we did, we undid whatever you think we did. Which is pretty typical Gearbox behavior. The same company that brought you Borderlands 2. I mean Borderlands 3, sorry, I need to come up with a disappointing example. Borderlands 2 was a jam. I got a lot of hours in that game. Or I should say I got a lot of hours out of that game. I don't have all that much time in Borderlands 2, but I've definitely gotten a lot of enjoyment from the game existing. A lot of co-op runs with friends, a lot of solo attempted 100% runs, a lot of times where I was just farming for orange weapons. There's fun to be had in a shooter ARPG. There's a lot of fun to be had. It's just unfortunate that, like, ever since the pre-sequel came out, including the pre-sequel, they've just thrown away having a story that's interesting with a little bit of depth and something to, like, to dig into. That's been gone from the franchise since Borderlands 2. That's just been missing. One of my scripts that I have, like... Oh god. That I have, in progress, let's say. That maybe one of these days will get finished. It's called The Two Tones of Borderlands. Because there's a very stark difference between, like, Borderlands 3's zany and endless writing, and Borderlands 2's scenes, like when Redacted dies, or when Handsome Jack just completely changes as a character, and stops being fun, stops being happy. There is some, like, really depictive character writing there. And it's a damn shame that that just hasn't been in the franchise since that game. I hated the pre-sequel, man. That was a bummer of a game. I'm gonna spend 10 seconds right now trying to find the clip where a roller player on my team flails about on the objective unsuccessfully. We're gonna find it. I'll time it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Oh no, I'm running out of time, aren't I? 3, 2, 1. Random clip. Oh yeah, lag spikes. Forgot about those. That's me when the lag spikes. Anyways, thanks for coming by. It's nice to splat the oon from time to time. You can count on, whenever there's a decent salmon run rotation, I'll crawl out of the woodworks. I'll make my appearance. I'll be around. Hopefully we didn't have any bitrate issues and frame drops this time around. I'm about to check. We'll find out. Don't worry, chat. Trust. Thanks for stopping by. It was fun. Take it easy, chat.